Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 2000 film just recently released in 4K by Lionsgate, American Psycho. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit bell notifications, share with your friends. It's greatly appreciated. I put out videos daily. So another title that was released this week was American Psycho, 4K. And this is a movie that's very divisive, and especially if you go and look at it in today's climate, it can make people even more uncomfortable than I think when it was initially released in 2000. So you have to go into a movie completely aware of what kind of movie it's trying to be. It's not your typical like hack or slash kind of thing. It is actually a bit of a satire and a commentary on the culture of the 1980s of greed, materialism. So as long as you go into that and you don't go in with preconceived notions of what's floating around today politically, it's a decent movie to get into. And it still is talked about today. It is still one of Christian Bale's better performances overall, and he's done a lot of movies since then. It's not a movie for every occasion. Also, it's one of those where you have to be kind of in the mood to watch something like this, and when you do, you know what you're getting. So the the Blu-ray has been out for several years now, and it's gone through an iteration or two of special editions or whatnot. So this is the first time that Lionsgate has released this particular movie in 4K. So that begs the question: how does it look? It looks great. It actually does look good. I've noticed a almost considerable uptick in quality image picture as opposed to your normal Blu-ray. The HDR does shine. It has its moments. It's nothing superfluous in the sense that you're not going to look at a movie today. You can easily see how the HDR really enhances something. Where it comes into a play, like into movies like this or older movies, is the fine details here and there. I know things like clothing, or when you zoom in on Bale's face and you get such vivid detail that's when you really appreciate a 4K transfer. It's very. I know several occasions. There was one in particular when Christian Bale's talking with his secretary, Chloe Sevigny, and you can notice almost like the individual strands from her hair, like because they zoom in on that a bit, and it's like details like that you kind of don't remember seeing the first time around or ever when you go to a Blu-ray source, or even I've never seen it theatrically, so I can't compare it to that, but the picture today in the 4K market with Dolby Vision and HDR, which this does support Dolby Vision. That's what you really see are the details, the little highlights of color and the darkest aspects of a picture. That's where it really shines. So it is a very good upgrade from the Blu-ray if you're going for that. It's under $20, which is always a beautiful thing to hear from a 4K collector. It's good. Overall, should you upgrade to this? I would say yes. Because you can get the standard Blu-ray for like $5 most times. It's just floating around out there. The 4K with a noticeable upgrade is about $17 now. It probably will go down to like $15, $14. If you're waiting for a little bit of a price cut, go with that. Just wait on that. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Now, as far as the audio goes, this is a soundtrack, pardon the phrase, that relies on its soundtrack. While there is a score, it takes seconds, backseat to the soundtrack itself. A big Huey Lewis in the news. You have Phil Collins, lots of 80s era music, which is almost a separate star in its own right. Well-placed songs. They fill the room very nicely. You do get that nice 7.1 surround, which is great. And also a particular thing I really dug was there's a couple scenes that take place in a nightclub or in a club setting. So he's standing outside the building talking to whoever, and you hear the thump, thump, thump coming from the LFE, which I love when a movie soundtrack is able to keep that in mind and place those sounds where they need to be. You know, it wouldn't make sense if it was bursting out of the rear speaker when it's, you know, it really, you should be hearing that sound or the beat of it through the proper channel. And I like that it does it. It was just a touch that I noticed personally. I thought the audio was clear, no issues. The sound sounded crisp. It really was a decent experience to watch this in 4K. And whether you like the movie or have never seen it and are kind of curious about it, go with the 4K. I don't think you can go wrong here, but be prepared of what you're getting into. Remember, it is a satire. It's a movie that speaks about the 80s. And in a lot of ways, I think this is a brilliant performance by everybody in the film, but especially Christian Bale. He carries a lot of this movie on his shoulders. You see, I don't think there are many scenes, if any, that don't feature him at least present. So it is essentially his movie, but it's not for everyone. I will say that. If you're unsure, you know, rent it first or watch it on cable or find somewhere digitally, and then. But I would suggest picking this up. It's a good movie, not for, you know, something to watch every day, but it is a decent film. And it's worthy of a 4K upgrade, in my opinion. It's a very good one. I think Lionsgate did a great job with this one. I'm looking forward to more catalog releases coming out. So yeah, that's gonna do it. If you like the channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends. Bell notifications would be great because I do put out videos every day, sometimes multiple times a day. Everything movies this year. I mean, that's what I do. It's all about movies. So, you know, until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and I will see you at the movies.